What if I told you the timeline you're panicking about doesn't actually exist? Right now, someone your age just bought a house. Someone your age just got married. Someone your age just became a millionaire. And meanwhile, you're sitting there wondering why you feel stuck, delayed, left out, like life handed you the late version of everything. But here's the first truth you need to hear. You're not behind. You're just comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 15. Think about that for a second. We've all done it. You open social media. You see engagement photos, promotions, vacations, startup launches. Everyone looks ahead. Everyone looks certain. Everyone looks like they figured something out that you didn't. And without even realizing it, your brain creates a silent sentence. I should be further. But should you? According to who? Here's something nobody tells you. Life is not a synchronized race. There is no universal schedule. There is no cosmic calendar where at 25 you must have X, at 30 you must have Y, and at 35 you must have Z. That timeline, it's cultural, it's social, it's inherited, it's not destiny. And yet we treat it like law. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who spent his 20s watching his friends build careers. They climbed corporate ladders. They posted their wins. Meanwhile, he bounced between jobs, unsure of what he wanted. At family gatherings, the same question came, "So, what are you doing now?" Every time it felt like a small humiliation. But what no one saw was this. While they were climbing, he was searching. While they were specializing, he was exploring. And in his early 30s, he found something that actually fit him, not something that just looked impressive. Within 5 years, he surpassed most of the people he once envied. Not because he was smarter, not because he was lucky, but because he finally moved in alignment instead of comparison. The person who looks ahead today might secretly feel trapped tomorrow. That's the part social media never shows you. You see the promotion, you don't see the burnout. You see the relationship, you don't see the emotional distance. You see the house, you don't see the debt. You see the highlight, never the cost. And when you compare your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, of course you'll feel behind. But here's another hook you need to hear. Delayed does not mean denied. Some people bloom early, some bloom late. But blooming late isn't failure, it's timing. There are trees that take decades to grow strong roots before they ever show height. And once they do, they outlast everything around them. What if your delay isn't punishment? What if it's preparation? What if the reason your life doesn't look impressive yet is because you're being built internally first? Growth that happens too fast often collapses. Growth that takes time tends to hold. And here's something even deeper. Sometimes feeling behind is actually a sign that you're thinking bigger. When your dreams expand faster than your current reality, the gap feels uncomfortable. But that discomfort isn't proof of failure. It's proof of vision. You feel behind because you can see further. Let that sink in. If you didn't want more, you wouldn't feel restless. If you didn't care, you wouldn't compare. The frustration you feel is not weakness. It's desire. And desire means you're alive. Now let's talk about pressure. Family pressure. Cultural pressure. That invisible countdown clock. By 25. By 30. By 35. But who wrote those rules? In different cultures, timelines are completely different. In different generations, milestones shift. Even historically, what was normal 50 years ago isn't normal now. So why are you holding yourself hostage to a schedule that isn't even universal? You're not late. You're living in your own sequence. And sequence matters. Imagine two people reading the same book. One reads faster, one reads slower. Is the slower reader behind? Or are they simply moving at a different pace? The story unfolds either way. Life works the same way. Some people marry at 23 and divorce at 30. Some marry at 38 and stay happy for life. Some start businesses at 19 and burn out by 27. Some start at 42 and build something stable and lasting. There is no single correct start time. The only real danger is rushing into a life that isn't yours just to keep up. Nothing sets you back further than building the wrong life quickly. Read that again. Sometimes the people who look ahead are actually the ones who never paused to ask themselves what they truly wanted. And years later, they wake up feeling stuck in a life they chose out of urgency, not clarity. You, on the other hand, might be slower because you're more thoughtful, because you're more aware, because you don't want to build something that doesn't fit. That's not behind. That's intentional. Let's get real for a second. Maybe you're watching friends buy houses while you're still renting. Maybe you're single while everyone else is engaged. Maybe you're switching careers while others look stable. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Stability without alignment is just quiet misery. And you don't want that. You want something real, something right, something that fits your nervous system, your dreams, your identity. That takes time. And yes, the waiting is hard. The uncertainty is uncomfortable. The comparison stings. But growth isn't linear. It's layered. There are seasons in life where nothing seems to move externally, but everything is shifting internally. Skills are forming. Resilience is strengthening. Self-awareness is deepening. Those invisible upgrades matter more than visible milestones. Your invisible growth is still growth. You don't see roots forming under the soil. But without them, no tree survives the storm. And maybe right now, you're in your root season. Another thing nobody talks about, everyone peaks at different times. Society glorifies early success because it's flashy. But long-term fulfillment often belongs to those who took longer, learned more, and chose wisely. There's a quiet power in being late. You make fewer impulsive decisions. You understand yourself better. You're less driven by ego and more by meaning. And meaning lasts longer than hype. So the next time that thought creeps in, I'm behind, I want you to challenge it. Behind compared to what? Compared to whom? Based on which standard? If you remove comparison, does your life still feel late? Or does it just feel in progress? Because that's what it really is. In progress. You are not behind in life. You are under construction. And construction sites are messy, loud, unfinished. From the outside, they look chaotic. But from the inside, something solid is being built. You don't judge a building halfway through and call it a failure. So why are you judging yourself mid-process? Let's shift the perspective one more time. Imagine you reach everything on time, but you're unhappy. Now imagine you reach it later, but you're fulfilled. Which one is actually ahead? Exactly. Time is not the metric. Alignment is. And if you're still searching, still growing, still figuring things out, that doesn't make you behind. It makes you honest. It makes you intentional. It makes you someone who refuses to settle for a life that looks good but feels wrong. That takes courage. So maybe you're not behind. Maybe you're becoming. Maybe you're not late. Maybe you're layering wisdom. Maybe you're building depth. And depth always takes longer than surface-level success. Here's the final hook I want to leave you with. Your timeline is not wrong. It's yours. And that alone makes it valid. One day, you'll look back at this season, the uncertainty, the comparison, the waiting, and realize it was shaping you in ways you couldn't see at the time. You weren't behind. You were preparing. So breathe. Slow down. Stop racing ghosts. You're not behind in life. You're right on time for your own story. Like, subscribe, and join our journey into timeless depth. Share your thoughts below.